So, welcome to bonus video 1. We are playing Deniable Ops Hunter mode in home of Drew Brees and the Saints, New Orleans. Now, these maps are really set up to play co-op, so I'm only playing the first section here by myself. As you can see, we are not Sam Fisher here. We are Kestrel. He is the Russian agent in the co-op mode. And both Story and Deniable Ops have Archer and Kestrel. Kestrel is the Russian one, as I said. You can hear him say once in a while, he can say some taunts, I guess, in his Russian accent. There's also Archer, who you won't see in this video, who's a third echelon member. And he's pretty fun too. It's your basic two characters there. They really don't have many traits by themselves outside of the story mode. And a lot of people, from what I can recall at least, a lot of people like Kestrel rather than Archer. That being said, this is, again, it's really set up so that you're supposed to be playing with a friend, but I wanted to show this off by myself, really. And as I mentioned before, this is Hunter mode, where you're given an amount of enemies that are on this map. And within this area, you have to take out the 12 enemies that they are telling you about. And in Hunter mode, the big thing is, if you mess up and they figure out where you are and detect you, they're going to actually send out 10 extra. I think it's always 10, because some of them actually do have 10 people, and then they send out 10. And this one, I failed a couple of times before getting this footage, and they sent out 10 as well. Here you're seeing me use a sticky cam. We haven't come across that in main play, but one thing I didn't do in the main story mode that I wanted to show off is when you're using it, you can actually mark them. And in addition, you can use it to distract them and then get your melee kill. We will see a lot of the sticky remote as we go through the main story, because I love that item. It's a lot of fun to use. I just pointed at, I believe that's a tombstone shaped like an angel that they're apparently lifting in. And if I was to shoot that, that would actually alert all the guards, and as I mentioned before, they'll send out 10 extras at that point. But I actually do a really good job on this map. I don't know how I pulled it off. This is my 4th try. And I actually think this is a pretty good map. You get it with the Insurgency pack. It doesn't come automatically with the game. And the Insurgency pack, I believe, comes with 4 different maps, and each of them seem like a pretty good location to go into, a nice change. This one I wanted to show off first, because I kind of thought New Orleans Cemetery actually does sound like a cool place to have a mission. And I really like this map especially because you have these street lights, and I've shot out 2 candles, which, you know, I think that kind of adds a bit to it that never shows up in the single player, where you actually do have different types of light other than, like, the sun, the moon, and street lights, or, you know, electric lights. Here I shot that white thing. I still have no clue what that is, but I thought it was a light. So, you get to see me shoot a ceiling. And we have 4 enemies remaining. As you can see up in the corner, I had a little bit of trouble finding them. Like I said before, and someone in the thread, I cannot recall your name. I apologize for this. I'm not even gonna try to remember your name, because I'm sure I'm gonna get the wrong person. But someone mentioned that these are really set up for co-op. And he's definitely right. This place, for just one section, it's huge to hold just 12 people. So it is a lot easier when you have 2 people. You share the mark and execute. You guys will see that when we're doing co-op, I'm sure. And, you know, it really is set up where Archer and Kestrel together, when you have a friend, it's so much easier to get around to patrol the whole place rather than just kind of walking around yourself. It's a really big area, and, you know, I honestly do think it's nice for me, at least, when I'm LPing, to have Deniable Ops myself, because, you know, it gives me a chance to show you guys real quick what it's like without having to actually do particularly well on my first try. But at the same time, I kinda wish they hadn't put in a single-player mode of this, because these maps are really well made, and I really do feel like it would have benefited if you didn't have a chance to play this by yourself, because, like, going through this, I did not have the energy, to be honest, to go through this by myself, because it would have taken so long. And here, Mark and Execute comes in super handy, as it always does, because I almost got caught and had to kill 14 rather than 4. So I have one guy left. I haven't found him yet, but I heard him talking, so I'm gonna hunt him down here. He's right on the other side there. You see me mark him even though I do not have an Execute. But I think I've mentioned before, it's a very useful way if you don't have a great view, especially once you get your sonar goggles. It's very useful to mark them so you know exactly where they are. I have no idea, by the way. Oh, there are my stats. I have no idea why that EMP grenade did not work. It's supposed to stun them and put out lights, but it didn't. And I'm heading over now to a weapon stash. That's how you end. Thanks.